cat's gonna get all up in my grill, so we're gonna call this cat yoga today. Just so you guys, for setup purposes, you shouldn't need anything except a yoga mat. Hopefully, if you have one, you don't need a yoga mat. If you don't, you can pretty much do this on carpet or wood flooring. It's just not as comfortable without a yoga mat. If you need support for yourself, you can get a cat, or you can get yoga blocks, or you can get books, anything like that, if you need support when we go into some of the deeper moves. But we're not going to go into anything too advanced today. We're going to keep it pretty light so that we can all work together. So I want you to go ahead and sit on your mat in a seated, comfortable position. I like to cross my legs, cross the ankles, just sit. And I want you to just breathe in stillness for a second. I want you to take the time and put your hand on your heart. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want to take 2 deep breaths in. And each of those breaths, I want you to think about breathing in 4 counts if you can, and out for 4 counts. And as we breathe in, calm the mind, and exhale. We're going to do 2 more just like that. Breathe in good thoughts and exhale bad thoughts. Breathe in calm and peace. And exhale anxiety and worry. 2 more. Think about all the wonderful things you have going on in your life, even though it's crazy and hectic. And the environment in the world is scary right now. Just keep breathing. Breathe in positive, happy thoughts. If you can, put a small smile on your face. But you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Hopefully just relaxing your breathing a little bit has calmed you down and slowed your heart rate just a little. And I want you to go ahead and open your eyes and put a big smile on your face. And hopefully you can see me waving to you. And I just want you to take a second to roll your head off to one side. So just roll your right side to your right shoulder. So you're stretching the left side of your neck. Your palms are on your knees, face down, and just breathe. Stretching out the left side of your neck. Breathe deeply. Exhale. And on your next inhale, I want you to put your head back to center. Inhale, and on your exhale, over to the left side. Just stretching out the neck. Mine is super tight from my upper body workout this morning. Super tight from stress and typing and holding worry. Just keep breathing as we're stretching out the right side of your neck. Now I want you to rotate down the center. Keep breathing deeply. And I want you to take one more deep inhale. And on your exhale, blow all of the air out. And open your eyes and lift your head up. Great job. So now I want you to go ahead. We're going to come to a standing position. You're going to come to the front of your mat. And what you guys are going to see me is off to the side over here because this is the front of my mat. But what I would like you to do is keep your feet hip distance apart. And what we're going to do is called a mountain pose. So once you ground your feet into the earth, literally feel all parts of your foot grounded into your mat. And I want you to try to spread your toes just a little bit. And I want you to reach your arms straight down and just breathe. So you're going to breathe for a couple breaths. right here. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Really try to spread them out and push them down to the mat. Take a couple deep breaths here. So as you breathe, you want to focus on your posture and your alignment. So you should feel equal pressure from all of the parts of your foot on the floor. And I want you to think about actively engaging your spine and actively engaging your belly button. So you should feel your belly button pulling in towards your back, in towards your spine. Even as you breathe deeply, you should feel your belly button actually expand a little bit as you breathe deeply. Because if you are breathing deeply without shrugging your shoulders, which is the point right now, you should feel your belly and your diaphragm expand. So we're just going to stand in mountain pose. You can open your eyes or close your eyes, but we're going to begin some sun salutations. So sun salutation starts again at the top of your mat, and everything goes with the breath. So as you inhale, you're going to rise your arms above your head, look up just a little bit. And as you exhale, you're going to forward fold at the waist. Keep your legs straight, keep your core engaged. Now I want you to just hang your head. I'm going to do the first couple very slowly. Take a couple breaths here. As you hang, keep your legs straight, but not locked in the knees. If you can grab behind your feet, feel free to do so. If your hands are flat against the floor, that's great. If you are not as flexible, it's okay for your hands to be resting on your shins, but just breathe. And on your next exhale, I want you to come back up. It's a swan dive. And look up again. And then inhale, exhale, and put your hands at your heart center. So we're going to do that again. We're going to inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, fold at the waist. Touch the floor. Now I want you to inhale and put your hands on your shins. This is called flat back. The goal is to extend, and you're going to keep breathing here. The goal is to extend out of your hip and extend your back forward. On your next exhale, I want you to fold back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale to heart center. So this is the first part of our sun salutation. We're going to go through and add another step. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Now I want you to exhale and fold forward again. 2 breaths here. And on your next exhale, I want you to step 1 foot at a time back into a plank position. Exhale. You're going to hold your plank for a couple breaths. Your shoulders should be directly over your wrists. Your fingers should be spread. Your feet should still be hip distance apart. You should be on the tops of your toes or on the balls of your toes. This is the top of a push-up. Again, you're going to continue to focus on your core and your breath. And on your next exhale, I want you to bring your right foot in between your hands. And just breathe here. In a runner's lunge. Inhale. Exhale, put that foot back. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left foot up. Take 2 deep breaths here. On your next exhale, I want you to put your foot back. Inhale, and you're going to lower and bend at the elbows. This is called chaturanga. So it's basically going into a tricep push-up. You want to hold yourself above the ground as best as you can. And inhale and exhale. this is too much for you, go ahead and drop your knees down to the ground. And breathe. Now inhale and push forward so that you push your chest up and drop your belly down to the ground. You can keep your elbows in towards your rib cage. You can keep your chest down on the ground a little bit, or you can slightly push up. You can go between the two, so you can inhale, lift yourself up just a little bit, and exhale, bring yourself back down. Inhale, lift up a little bit. Exhale, back down. Your palms should be right by your rib cage, right by your chest. Your feet should be flat on the floor. Inhale up and exhale down. I want you to curl your toes back under and push yourself back up into a push-up. If you need to use your knees, feel free. So now you're at top of the plank again. Now we're going to move into what's called downward dog. So we're going to shift our hips backwards and try to push our feet to the floor, our heels to the floor. Our hands are flat. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths here in downward dog. So inhale, exhale. The feeling you should have is you're an upside down V right now. So you should be pushing away from your palms. You should be pushing your shoulder socket, opening up your arms from your shoulders. You should be aiming to push your heels down to the ground, but if you can't, that's okay. We're actually going to take a couple deep breaths here, and then we're going to pedal our feet. So we're going to focus on pushing your right foot down and bending your left knee. And inhale and switch. So that your left heel is down and your right knee is bent. Back and forth, just like pedaling a bicycle. You should feel a stretch in your glute, in the back of your hip, in the front of your hip a little bit. You should feel it in your calf. You should keep your core engaged and keep breathing. All right, we're going to do one more each side. So your right leg should be down. Inhale, push your left in. And I want you to exhale back into that top of the push-up or plank. One leg at a time. Bring your legs back in between your hands. You can step back. Exhale one more time all the way back down. And inhale. Stand up, arms overhead. Exhale, heart center. So we are going to put all of that now together into one flow. So follow my cues. It's on the inhale and the exhale. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold and step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale down into your push-up. Inhale forward. Raise up just a little bit. Exhale down and press back into downward dog. 2 deep breaths in downward dog. On your next exhale, I want you to raise your right foot. Keep your hips straight. You should feel a stretch in your left calf. And exhale, put it down. On your next exhale, raise your left foot. Toes are still pointed down, your foot's still flexed. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, go ahead and step or jump your feet back in between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up. And let's do that again. Inhale. Arms up, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, and you can jump or step back to plank. Inhale. Exhale down to your tricep push-up or chaturanga. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Again, I want you to inhale and exhale. And on your next exhale, I want you to step your right foot in between your hands. Hold this runner's lunge. Now wiggle your right foot out to the right edge of your mat. I want you to move your hands in between your foot. So I'm going to show you on front screen so you can see it. You should be breathing, and you are in a runner's lunge. You should be feeling the stretch in the front of your left hip flexor. Feeling that stretch. Now I want you to go ahead and bring your leg back and exhale back into downward dog. Inhale, and I want you to bring your left foot up. You stay here for a second, and then wiggle your foot to the outside of your mat. Keep breathing. Move your hands to the inside of your foot. Stretch that hip flexor on the right. Great. Go ahead and kick your leg back and go into downward dog for another breath. Inhale, look between your hands and step or jump back in between them. Exhale, forward. Inhale, arms up and overhead, and exhale down to your chest. Let's do it again. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, half. Exhale to plank. Down into your chaturanga. Excuse me, midnight. Inhale, cobra. Or this is upward dog if you bring your knees off the ground like I am. Exhale into downward dog. All right, we're going to take that right leg up in the air again. Hold it there for a second. Let's open that hip. So what I want you to do is turn your hip outwards, so the upper leg. I want you to go ahead and bend your knee. If you can't bend it, if that's too much, you can keep it straight, but you're just opening up your hip a little bit. You should feel that in the right front of your hip, and maybe in the side waist a little bit. Okay, go ahead and bring that leg back down. Hold in downward dog. Now let's bring that right leg up in between our hands again. Now, what I want you to do is, with very strong stability, keep those legs pointed. You're going to keep that pointed forward. You're going to keep that left leg straight. You're not putting your foot down. I want you to take your hands and I want you to stand up and raise your hands overhead. This is called crescent pose. So your goal is, again, to keep stretching that hip flexor out. And breathe. Hold this for just a second. Inhale and exhale back down with your hands next to your feet. Go ahead and step your foot back and downward dog. Breathe. Inhale, and on your next exhale, I want you to lift your left leg up, straight up. Focus for a second just on keeping your hips straight, forward, toes flexed. Stretching that right calf, lifting your left leg up as high as you can. And now I want you to go ahead and open up the hip outward so you can open the hip to the wall. You can relax your foot a little bit. You don't have to flex it or point it. You can relax it, just opening up that hip and stretching it out. And as you exhale, I want you to go ahead and bring that foot between your hands. So your left foot is now in front. And we're going to do crescent pose on the other side. And we're going to hold it just for a couple breaths. So on the exhale, up, stand up. Great job, you guys. All right, go ahead and fold back down. Step back into your plank position and downward dog. On your next exhale, stop or jump back in between your hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Just take a couple of seconds here to breathe. Your heart rate might have gone up just a little bit. Hopefully. I was trying to check mine. Breathe. Great job, guys. We did a little bit of a mini sun salutation. We didn't go into any of our warrior poses or anything like that. You should feel a little bit more stretched here. What I want to introduce now is a little bit of a balance pose, something very, very light for you. We're going to call this is called tree position. So I want you to take your foot and you're going to balance on your left foot as best as possible. Again, remember, grounding your feet into the ground by spreading your toes apart and putting equal pressure on all points of your foot. And you're going to just bend your right leg just a little bit. And the first thing we're going to do is work on balance. So just raise your right leg in front of you. You can put your hands at heart center. You can put your hands down, palms open. Everybody gets a little wiggly. It's okay. Just focus on balancing on that left foot. And breathing. Okay, go ahead and lower that foot down. Let's try the other leg, okay? Take the time to get your balance. And raise your foot. Good, couple breaths. It's okay if one side's wobbly than the other, wobblier than the other. Go ahead and put your feet both back down on the mat. Now, what I want you to do is take your left foot, put your weight, so 90% of your weight is on your left foot, about 10% is on your right foot. Just your tiptoe if you can for a second. And there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can start very low so that your toe is on your left foot. You can see I might struggle with this just a little bit too. You can put your toe on your calf. You can point your toe kind of like a ballerina would. You're going to work on tightening your core, tightening your glutes. The more you squeeze the muscles in your core and your glutes, the more steady you will be during these poses. You can bring your foot up to your knee. We're not stepping on our knee. We're not putting pressure on our knee. We're just putting our toe on our knee. And the goal eventually, as you squeeze your muscles, is to rotate your hip so that your knee is pointing 90 degrees away. Crazy. And I get a little wobbly right there too. So we're going to keep working on that. Once you get a little bit more advanced, you can take your entire flat foot and place it on the inside of your thigh. And just breathe. Okay. Keep your eyes open. Find something to focus on that's not moving. Keep your core stabilized. Inhale and exhale. Think about something happy. Breathe. Take it up one more notch. Go ahead and see if you can raise your hands up overhead. Inhale and try to take your eye gaze upward. This shifts things so differently. Makes it a little bit wobblier for me. And then take one breath and see if you can close your eyes. Don't be afraid to fall over. Just catch yourself. I always fall when I close my eyes. All right, so we're going to switch legs. Go ahead and shake out the legs. That was a little tough, but this is a balance pose here. And we're going to do the other leg. And then we're going to finish on the ground in just a minute. So go ahead and switch to your right leg. And just we're going to start working our left leg up. So start with your toes pointed. Put your toe on your ankle. Put your toe on your calf. Put your toe on your knee if you can. Ooh, my hamstring tightens up when I squeeze that one. I get like a Charlie horse in my hamstring. It's the hamstring I had surgery on. Keep breathing. Focus on squeezing your core, tightening your core. And if you can bring your thigh or bring your foot to your thigh, go ahead and try it. Keep breathing. Exhale. All right, go ahead and try and raise your hands up overhead. Smile. It makes it easier. Eye gaze goes up, but keep your chin level. Just your eyes. Now try closing them for a breath. Oh, and there I go, falling again. Don't worry if you fall, it's part of it. It's how we get up, not the fact that we fall, but how we get up. So there's our balance for today. All right, let's go ahead and take it back down on the mat. I want you guys to sit again on your mat and cross your ankles. If you can, this is called a half lotus pose, but if you can cross your feet and your ankles so that your ankle is on top of your knee, I want to cross one ankle on top of the knee. But the goal is to keep both sit bones, so both sides of your butt cheeks are down on the mat evenly placed so that there's weight in between both of them. And I just want you to sit for a moment and close your eyes. Put your hands at your heart center. Think about something positive that you can do today. Think about something that you can do that's going to impact somebody else in a good way. Do you want to be nicer? Do you want to have more patience? Do you want to create more calm? Do you want to cook a healthy dinner? Do you want to have a glass of wine? All kinds of things that you can be thinking about. But think about something calming and positive, and just breathe. Okay, I want you to switch legs. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in that when you do it. A little stretch on the outer hip. I want you to do the other side. Just keep breathing. And we're going to finish off with one twist. And then move into our Shavasana. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. And let's go ahead and twist. So I want you to take the leg that you had on top. So for me, it's my left leg. And I want you to cross it over your straight leg. And this could be enough for you. If it is, I want you to raise your right arm up, and I want you to twist so that your elbow is on the outside of your left knee. Take your left hand, place it directly behind you, sit up straight, and push with your elbow against your knee so that you're twisting just a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths here. On your exhale, try to push yourself a little bit further, but be mindful that this should not hurt. It should feel good. All right, back to center. Let's switch legs. So now my right leg's going over my left, planting my right leg down on the ground. I'm taking my left arm straight up in the air. My right arm is on the floor behind me. Take my elbow to the outside of my knee. You can stay here if this is enough twist for you. If you need a little more, move that back hand as you exhale directly behind you. Your eye gaze should be soft and following over your shoulder. Again, you should be sitting up straight. As you exhale, you twist just a little more. Great job, you guys. One more breath. Awesome. Come back to center. All right, guys. And now we are going to do what's called Shavasana, which is awesome because it means you get to lay on your back and you get to sleep. Just kidding. Don't sleep. You're meditating, but you're not really meditating. You're just letting go. So I want you to take yourself and get comfortable. Lay down. We're going to just do a couple deep breaths. You're going to lay down on your mat, your feet out in front of you, your arms down your side. I want you to relax, wiggle a little bit, get comfortable. Your feet should be loose. Your hands should be loose. Your eyes should be closed and your head should be loose. And I just want you to breathe. Think about the things that you can do to be positive coming out of this practice. Think about the things that you came into the practice with that you no longer hold on to because you're now letting them go. And just breathe and listen to Midnight Meow at me. Just breathe. Take at least 5 deep. Let it go. If you have to say something like let it go, or peace, or calm, use it as a mantra. Inhale peace and let it go. After your 5 breaths, go ahead and wiggle your fingers a little bit. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Put a smile on your face. Then go ahead and sit up. You can bring your knees to your chest and roll side to side on your back just a little. And when you're ready, roll up. And that's it.